The land issue, getting a stand, getting somewhere where you call your own. Because the whole issue of relocating and going back to Zimbabwe is to do with land ownership. You're having something that you call your own. You're not simply just paying rentals every month. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can get land in Zimbabwe, how you can own a property in Zimbabwe, how you can own a piece of land in Zimbabwe. I'm also going to be sharing a video, some clips from my previous discussion with one real estate agent, a franchise owner in Zimbabwe, who I believe is a very, very professional person and will give us sound advice. And I'll just cut here and there some clips where I would want you to understand some few things. So it's good to have a place that you call your own. And the first thing that will have you own a piece of land that you can call your own. I understand some might say, there are no title deeds. Having owning a land from your homestead, there are no title deeds. But imagine, when were you born? When was I born? And my parents, my grandfather, my grandmother, they are still using the same fields. They still take ownership of that land even though they don't have title deeds. So one way of you owning land is going back to your roots, going back to your kumusha, and be given by your parents a piece of land to say, Nganangu, this is your piece of land, this is for you. And then convert that piece of land to something that you want, something that you dream of having. If you check very clearly, maybe it's me, but I've noticed that the late, may he so rest in peace, Ginimbi, is the one who started this developing in the rural areas. He was in Domboshava and he started building his dream house in Dombo, and he made the rural area fashionable, and he made it possible for us to believe that anywhere you are, no matter how rural your homestead is, you can actually develop it and bring out something that you have always wanted, or come up with your dream house in that rural area. So for you, if you come from a certain place, a certain rural area, that's the starting point. You're coming from the diaspora, or you're already in Harare, you've been renting for long, but you feel now I need something of my own. You need to trace your roots, go back to your rural home and ask for a piece of land from your grandfathers, from your father. Then they can give you a piece of land, munda imomo. Then you can probably get an acre, 2 acres, whatever it is, that small piece of land, that's the starting point. If you don't have a rural area, or if you feel that you prefer a peri-urban instead of going to your rural areas, which can be in Gutu, which can be in Buyera, Mavaire, Marambinda, whatever it is, and you can say it's too far from city life that you are used to, then the second option is for you to go to what they call Sabhuku Deals. And the Sabhuku Deals, according to law, I've heard that they are illegal. They are illegal. But still, how do Sabhuku Deals work? You go to Domboshawa, you go to Seke, you go to Ziko. These are places that are ruled by Sabhuku, that's the crowhead, Ishe, that's the headman, the chief, that's the mambo. These are the people who take care of that land for the state. So you approach a person who is in the area, for example in Domboshawa. This person is selling a part of his or her field, part of their field. They are saying, we have this big piece of land. It's from our ancestors, but we are not doing anything on the piece of land. So we can sell you a portion of the land. And I've heard some, nowadays the stands are very expensive. If you're buying from people, maybe 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 going up, depending on the size of the stand. When you agree with the person, this is what I've seen from the people that I visited, from the people that I've been inquiring when I was in Zimbabwe. I was asking people, how did you get this land? How much did you buy it? You know, usually they don't want to say we bought it. They will say the Sabu gave us, because saying we bought it, it becomes illegal. But that's the reality. People go and people sell their pieces of land. And when you buy the piece of land, the very next thing that you do is you agree with the person. You go maybe to show ground, you sign an agreement of purchase. I've bought this land cash, or deposit this half much, and I'm gonna pay the last installment. Usually the deals are, you pay, if it's 3,000, you pay 1,500 cash as a deposit. Then the remainder, 1,500, you pay it in installments. And you agree, you sign the papers, there are witnesses. Once you're done with that, you go straight to the Sabhuku. That's the crow head. You go to the Sabhuku will say, okay, so this family is given you this portion of land that belongs to their family. Okay, that's fine. If you agreed, what are the terms? Then the crow head, the Sabhuku, will go and see the place. And most Sabhuks, they will even take measurements of the place, take measurements of the land to say, oh, it's 20 by 400. That's the measurement. And I can tell you in Domboshava, that's another thing, that's a requirement that every stand, every person, be it you bought or you've been there in Domboshava, they are making records. They want to know how many you are in your family, how big your stand is. They are saying urbanization is just at the corner. So they want all those details. In Domboshava, I've also supplied to my Sabhuku all those details. My children, my name, my ID, my wife's, and also the size of the stand that I have. So when the Sabhuku has measured the stand, you just also check on his books to see that this stand, no one has bought it. Because sometimes one stand can be sold to 3-4 people. But I think that's a thing of the past, because they take due diligence. They will just check and say, no, I don't want chaos in my land. So if you have given this land to this person now, so you talk to the Sabhuku will say, for me to put you in my book, you also need to just pay something, a thank you token. I can't say you pay the Sabhuku, no, you thank the Sabhuku. It differs how much, it might be cash or in kind, a cow or two, or equivalent to a cow or two. From the Sabhuku, then the process has to go from the crow head to Ishe, who is the headman now. You also go tell Ishe that I'm here. The Sabhuku will introduce you to the Ishe, or this person is new, is coming from this area, is now going to be a child of this place. The Ishe will also, you have to thank him and also say, thank you, Ishe. I'm here, and this is my paper bags, this is my goat or whatever. Then the last, you go to the chief with the mambo, and you need to also maybe your 2-3 cows there, because he is the biggest of the most authoritative of them all. So the mambo will then say, now, okay, we are welcoming you, we now know that you are here. And once you are in the Sabhuku's book and you're paying in Domboshava, I think it's around $3 every year. When there are some functions that happens, independence, these are the things. Currently, some are building clinics. You pay the $1, the $5, the $3 for the district, because Domboshava is under Goromonzi Rural District Council. You start paying all those things, you become part of the family. Then you start building. And then now, like currently in Domboshava, they are saying you don't need to build if you have not gone to those 3 offices. If they have not approved you to build, don't build. Because with the urbanization coming also, you might end up building where they are going to put a road. So you risk your building being demolished. But if you have already built, you can leave it like that, because even if there's going to be a road, you'll simply be told that you need to remove your house here. Okay, so that's the second way of getting land. That's the Sabhuku deals. These are the Sabhuku deals. And moving on, guys, my battery is almost empty. I pray that this video, I'll manage to finish this video. The third option is to approach professionals. You approach professionals. And when I was in Zimbabwe, I managed to visit one of my good friends. This lady is a good friend of mine. We went to Sunday school together. We went to primary, we didn't do get together, but in secondary, we wrote off all levels in the same class. God has raised her. She's a powerful woman, a businesswoman, an award-winning woman. She's been in magazines, on TV, everywhere, on radio these days. She's the franchise owner of Just Property in Zimbabwe. She was working with another real estate agent for 12 years. Then she decided to start her own thing. And she's now the owner, to simplify it. She's the boss at Just Properties. So the other day I was walking in town. I decided to visit her. Then I had my camera. So I said, if you are free, please, can you just take me to one of your stands? So she just said, there's another property that we are selling. There are stands that we are selling. Let's go and see them. Some of you watched the video that I did. And I'm going to answer you why I had to take down that video. So that property had about 92 stands. And it should be 92 stands. And the funny thing is that about 5 stands were left on that property. About 5 stands only were left in that property. So when we went there, the way I was speaking and also talking about that land, it seems like I was saying, oh, the 92 stands are available. So the people who bought the other stands now, when they watched the video, they began to approach the camera to say, from that video, we heard that pastor was saying he's now looking for 91, neighbors. So there was a lot of talk, and we know with the stands issue, people thought maybe their stands were now being sold again. So to cut the long story short, I just said, no, let's take down the video and avoid the confusion. That's why I will take down that video where I was having a conversation with Yevai. But I will just want you to listen to some of the things that Yevai will be saying or said on that day that will help you also make decisions when you want your property. Like the issue of saying you need a professional person, a registered estate agent, where there is a compensation certificate, where you buy a stand, you put your hard-earned money, and you are told there is no stand, hakuna ma stand ariko, you know you're going to be compensated for that. So these are some of the clips I want you to listen as I go ahead with this discussion. And also I like the part where she said yes, you need to know if you're buying a stand for you to stay with your family, or you're buying it in order that you put tenants to rent, or you're buying it for business purposes. You need also to be aware of those things. Sometimes you just buy some land, you build a 10 room mansion in a place where you are using material, and that you use $100,000 it costs you $100,000, but the value of that house won't be that because of the neighborhood or the location of the stand. Okay, so you also need to consider that when you are buying your stands, especially when you're coming from outside the country. So looking at number one, looking at the option that we have, the cheapest one is to go back to your roots, get some piece of land from your fathers, from your grandmothers, from your grandfathers, and start from there. Because the man that you're supposed to buy a stand, if you check, guys, now I'm back in Durban. TJ is, you can hear, she's on top of your voice, still excited. But anyway, I had missed the noise. So let's say you've got $5,000 and you want to start in the rural areas in your homestead. That $5,000 will start by you making bricks. From as little as $30, $40, you can have those farm bricks. Then you can start with $5,000. With $300, you already have, is it 10,000 already? 10,000 bricks. So if you want to build something in the rural areas, it's even cheaper and you don't have to buy land. If you go to the Sabhuku Deals, there are no title deeds, but you're in the Sabhuku's book. And when the time comes that there's urbanization taking place, I'm telling you, the rural district council will need some money. Even if you bought the stand, the rural district council will probably say we want also 1,000 or 1,500 when the time comes. I know this happened to us when we were in Epworth. We were buying fields. And when the time came, the Epworth local board said we are going to regularize these people so that we can give them stand numbers. There were monies that we were paying there, development levies and etc. And every month now we pay rates to the Epworth local board. So those adjustments are something that you need to know and to understand. And then also the issue of buying a stand, because already there are some special stands that are being sold, 300 square meter stands, which are going for 6,500 cash. When I was talking to Yevai, she was saying I've got 5 stands that are going for 6,500. We had to change. We're setting to use another camera. So yeah, where were we? Just thinking to see the puppy, because the other camera is off and I can't tell where exactly I was. But probably I was talking about the third option of buying stands, where I was saying Yevai was talking to me and saying, Pastor, I've got 5 stands. They're going for $6,500 cash. If someone wants to buy on credit, they'll end up costing about 12,000. You have to pay deposit 30%, the rest in 12 months, negotiable. So yeah, you can get in touch. Get in touch. I'll leave my number in the description, and I'll also connect you to Yevai so that when you buy that stand, at least I get $1 or $2. Yeah, so I'll give you my number, and when you contact me, I'll give you Yevai's number. So when you have got money, when you've got cash, it's good to just simply go straight to buy that stand. And these are just, there are some are going for 10,000. These are 300 square meters. These are residential stands. Like I said, and like what Yevai was also saying is that you need to know why you are buying the piece of land. Why are you buying it? What do you want to use it when you've bought it? So these are very important things to consider before purchasing a piece of land. If you are going for retirement, if you are looking for something for retirement, you probably need something bigger, because you need to do projects. You wanna your huku, your chickens, goats, whatever. So your gardening, you need a bit of a bigger space where you build your house and you have something that you can do outside. But with the 300 square meters, it's a bit small. It's for just a family. When you do a 5-room or a 7-room in your garage, then you know you're done and you have some other source of income. Because when you're relocating, that's one also thing that I think most people need to consider is your source of income. Where are you going to be getting money to sustain you, to sustain your family, to sustain your lifestyle? Because that is very, very important. Relocating doesn't mean you are putting back yourself into the prison, because you end up coming back again to the diaspora to start life again, to look for greener pastures again. So that should determine how you get your piece of land or a stand. So if you have money, go for the 300 square meters. And also, Yevai has got other houses. I'm talking to Yevai because someone that I know, that I've seen doing work, and I have to make it clear that this is not a paid advertisement. It's not a paid promotional. It's neither that. If she's gonna pay me, maybe probably later, but now there's no agreement to that. But I feel that these things are legit, and that's one thing that you would need. You wouldn't want to invest in something that you know later on you end up regretting. So I just wanted to come today to just let you know about these 3 main ways where you can get to own land through your own homestead, the Sabhuku Deals, or you just simply go to professional real estate agents and buy from them. Then you have what you call your own. In my first videos, I mentioned this, that today is the 1st of July and I'm telling you, I've already started receiving messages, notifications for my rentals, that you're expecting your rentals, this. I know I have to pay, and the money is too much. With the money, you can buy 10,000 bricks in the homestead. Every month, I'm buying 10,000 bricks. Just imagine. I'm paying rentals. So at the end of the year, I've bought 120,000 bricks. Or I've bought 20,000 bricks, and I've already bought cement, and I've actually built a mansion for myself. It is what it is. People say where you are is where you are actually living. But I feel that at some point, it's good to sustain a life. If I still want to live in the diaspora, if I still want this life in the diaspora, I can sustain it by an investment that I put home. I can build something for the tenants, can build something for recreational, can do something, a project in Zimbabwe that will help sustain my diaspora life. If you are not ready, the thing is, these videos are not meant to push you to relocate. These videos are not meant to say, go to Zimbabwe. No, these videos are meant to say, I want to go to Zimbabwe and I want to share my journey with you. If you also feel the calling to go home, as I'm sharing my journey with you, you learn 1 or 2 things. You ask questions. When you ask questions, it opens my mind. I do researches in that area to see, oh, okay, this person is asking about this, so I need to consider this. Like, since the whole journey, like the 30 days that I did in Zimbabwe, asking questions around, seeing your comments in the comment section, they've actually opened my eyes. I now think better. I now see things with another perspective. You know, it has broadened my mind and my scope. Even when it comes to the project that we'll do in that you can do in Zimbabwe, I think I'll do a video well detailed on that one. I'm still doing, putting the things together, the project that you can do, how to earn money in Zimbabwe. And I can tell you for sure, for a fact, that if you're coming from the diaspora, you have been exposed to a lot of things. You've been exposed to a lot of excellence. You've been exposed to a lot of various things that are done in the diaspora that are not happening in Zimbabwe. If you can agree with me that when the days of my chips in the streets was heating up in South Africa, people started coming to South Africa, buying frying pans, bring them to Zimbabwe. When the days of this in South Africa, you go back to Zimbabwe, people. So it's more like a trend where something that happens in the diaspora in Zimbabwe, we embrace it, we start doing it. So if you're in the diaspora, we're seeing things. There are things, projects that I've already seen that are happening in South Africa that I've not seen in Zimbabwe. And I'm telling you for sure, one of them, I'm going to be launching it very, very soon before the end of this year. So you have got an advantage if you're coming from the diaspora because of that exposure, because of that broad mindset of the things that you've seen. So you can thrive better. And I can assure you it's easier to make $1,000 every month. It's even easier to make $1,000 every month if you are focused. I'm telling you, if you are focused. I'll repeat, if you are focused. I was talking to somebody and saying, I'm running a chicken business. I can now say I'm a chicken farmer, right? And for 100 beds, you can make a profit of about $300. That's you're making in 1.5 months, that's 6 weeks. You're already making $300. That's a lot of money. I'm telling you, when you convert it to rands, it becomes 6,000. That's rentals for 2 months or 4 months for someone in the diaspora. But for you to get 6,000 in the diaspora, I'm telling you, a lot of maids are earning 3,000. If you are even stay in, when you are staying with the people that you're working with, you are even paid around 2,500 rands. That's $125 per month. Just imagine. I've actually noticed even in Zimbabwe, some maids are being paid $50 per month. You're staying with the people. They say, we feed you, we do this for you. So $50 just more like to say thank you. So if you're coming from the diaspora, you want to go back to Zim. You know what you're doing in the diaspora. You know how people are making money there. You know, be it a car wash. There are a lot of cars in Zimbabwe. Car washes will never be enough. You can wash your 3 cars. The next door can wash their 2 cars. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do, but do it in style. Bring a level of excellence. I don't want to delve much into the things that are the income generating things that you can do, or what you can do, the project that you can do. For now, I'll do it in a separate video and also share with you the personal the things that I'm also that I've done that have earned me a little bit of money. And remember, I had $200 when I landed in Zimbabwe, but by the end of the month, I had over $1,000. I'll tell you and I'll do the breakdown for you. It is very possible. Spending, earning at the moment, at the same time, it's very possible. And I'm telling you, when people say in Zimbabwe they don't have money, it is because they are telling you someone who is in the diaspora. When you get to go on the ground, they are not sleeping on an empty stomach, those people. They are wearing nice clothes. They are affording KFC. I was with Zigo the other day and Manas Chibanda. I went with Zigo the other day and I said, I want to buy a juice. They were drinking whatever they were drinking. Then I said, I want to buy a juice. Then they gave me $1. I went to KFC. I couldn't buy. With $1, I failed to buy juice. You know, $1.50, $2. When I look at the 2-piece chicken, it's going for $5.50. For me, that's 110 rand for 2-piece chicken. That's cost around 40 rand. That's $2. In Zim, it's costing $5.50. Look at the difference. You can buy 3 in South Africa. Yet you're buying 1. So I said I can't afford. So how are the people in Zimbabwe affording that? They are in Zimbabwe. They are working there in Zimbabwe. How are they affording to buy such? You know, it is because they have understood, they've observed, and they've taken advantage of the situation. And they are when they take advantage of the situation, they make sure they invest there. Where there are problems, in any country where there are problems, there are people who are going to make money. All you need to do is that simply try to figure out how you can be a solution provider. There's a statistics that actually says chickens are not enough in Zimbabwe. I'm still answering. Why am I getting into these details? I want to do a video that is separate. But what I'm saying is chickens are in short supply in Zimbabwe. And I've seen it. When I started the chicken business, I just started with 25. It only took less than 24 hours to sell the 25 chickens at $6 each. For my gulays, it took here about 2 days to sell 75 chickens. Now I've got 100 that's coming out on Friday. I don't know how many days it's going to take me, probably 2 or 3 days. What am I saying is there's already demand in the supplies. There's a short supply. You won't believe it. Because most of us, the problem that we are having is that we are saying, so I want to ask and check the market. What is it that people want? And sometimes come up with a product, then look for the market. Because if you come here and you say, you have a restaurant, I can supply you with goat meat. How much do you buy a goat for? I'll tell you, I buy goat meat for this. How many goats do you have? I want goats by tomorrow. Then you're saying, no, I was just thinking I want to start a project. No, in Zimbabwe, the thing is you come up with a product and look for the market. Because if it's a product that can feed you, it's a product that can answer your problems, it's definitely, it can answer other people's problems. So come up with a product, then look for the market. The market is there. The money is there. So I'll talk about that. We're not talking about the source of income in Zimbabwe. But for today, I want to talk about the stance issue. I think I've answered those who are asking about Yevai. And someone is saying, oh, it's Yevai Makoni. Because I'll say contact written Yevai Mukaro. Mukaro is a maiden name. When in school, we call it Yevai Mukaro. Now she's married. She's using the husband's name. It's Yevai Makoni. So if you want to reach out to her, you have that money, you want to know much, you want the advice, I'll connect you to her. And definitely it's going to be business now, because I've talked about her several times here, and definitely she has to do something for the pastor. But guys, I love you so much, and thanking God and praying that I'll be fit soon. My voice is slowly coming back. I'm coughing, but not that much. And I'm going to give my wife the feedback why I went to Zimbabwe, how I went there, and what I learned in Zimbabwe. I'm gonna be talking to my wife in the videos that are coming. She also caught the cough, and so she actually had it before I came. So when I came here, she was already coughing on her own. So I'm gonna sit down with her, talk to her, give her feedback, and I'll be giving her feedback. I'll be as transparent as I can be, so that from my conversation with her, you can also learn one or two things. And Zimbabwe is our country. We can build it. We can build it together. If you're 10 years, 15 years in the diaspora, you understand why it's important to have something that you call your own. Guys, kubadara marent uvanu. It's so painful. You know, it's so painful. At a point, you need to get to a point where you say, I have something that I also call my own. I know this video is coming a bit late, but I had to do it. I promised myself I will give you a video almost on a daily basis. And on Friday, or this coming Friday, 9 p.m., this Friday, it should be the 5th or so, if I'm not mistaken. I'll confirm the time. But I think around 9 o'clock, I'll confirm. You're going to be having a live question and answer. This will be my very first live on YouTube talking about these things. So gather your questions. Some of the questions you can already post in the comment section. If you've watched this video, I think this is the right time for you to just press the like button, and also make sure you're subscribed, so that these videos can grow. We can grow this community, learn from each other, and we'll grow. And one thing that I'm gonna be assuring you is that we are gonna build in Zimbabwe. We're gonna make money in Zimbabwe. Those are the main two things that I'm gonna tell you and assure you. We're gonna build in Zimbabwe. We're gonna own things, land, properties in Zimbabwe, and we're gonna make money. I don't know how. We are gonna figure it out. If you agree with me that we want to make money in Zimbabwe, we want to have things that we call our own in Zimbabwe, then you are the right person. Make sure you've subscribed and leave your comment. And I feel it in my blood. I feel it in my system. I'm so excited since I'm just coming from Zimbabwe. And I feel that the roots, I've connected with my roots, and they're going to give me food. They're going to give me fruits. I'm going to be praying there, and I'm going to see SADs are coming. I feel there is abundance in Zimbabwe. I feel this is the time that we change the narrative. Bad things are there. I'm going to share them. Problems, challenges are there. I'm going to be sharing you with them and be honest. But you're going to make it. Guys, I'm back in Durban, and I'm so excited. And this is the noise that I missed. TJ, you can come. Come and say hello, guys. Come. Yeah. Come and say hello, guys. Come on, baby girl. And yo, what happened to your hair? Say hello, guys. Say hello, guys. They look at the camera. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Say how are you?
Hello, guys.
Wave in the camera. Say hello, guys. There. Look in the camera. Say wave. Wave. Say bye. Blow a kiss now. Just blow a kiss. Say love you. To meet again in the next one.
Bye.
Have a blessed evening. Who did this to you here? It's Mama. Mama's cutting your nice hair.
Yes, cutting nice hair.
Why?
Camera.
Hey, there's a camera there. Say bye, guys.
There's a camera, guys.
Good. Love you. Let's go. To meet again tomorrow. God bless you.
So when you're buying a stand in Zimbabwe, it's always good to engage professionals. You are rest assured that we just say
How far?
Into a scam. We mean a registered real estate agent, and there are things that you can check.
Alright.
Are registered here? Unfortunately, are registered with Estate Agents Council of Zimbabwe.
Alright.
So, can we registered? When you go to a certificate, loans compensation fund certificate from Estate Agents Council, you can ask for that. Agent, can I please see your compensation fund certificate? Who is you registered estate agent because each company inenge ina one
Arri-
principal registered estate agent anenge achimanage that company. So you ask, what I do with agent, you might not be registered. Who
but
is your
he is.
registered estate agent? Then where is your compensation fund certificate?
All right.
Ask for those things before you deal with anyone.
All right.
And
All right.
you know very well kuti kana munhu eye ari registered, you have somewhere to run to. If things
Hauna
go wrong.
kuzonyura kunozoitika.
Even
Because a lot of
uka-
people vanenge vachiti kuti ndogona kuzonyudzwa panapa.
Haunyudzwe. As long as munhu ari registered, we've got a code of conduct that we operate under.
All right.
Saka we cannot afford kunyudza munhu. And you can run to estate agents council kana wanyudzwa na registered agent.
All right.
You
All
can
right.
run to them and they are the regulator in the industry.
All right.
There are some areas that you can just buy and build your house for you to stay. Ukazoda kuitengesa, probably that area inenge isiri as marketable. So you can come and I can advise you that this area is just for you to build and stay, or you can have a tenant and get so much rental income. So those are the things that you should consider even before buying a property. Kuti I property ndoda kuzoitengesa, even before building. Do I want to rent it out? Ndoda kuzoitengesa here. We have found people who are over investing in the wrong neighborhoods.
All right. All right.
You get your Sabhuku stand. This is we don't sell Sabhuku stands, but for example, you get a Sabhuku stand, you build a triple-story house, a very nice one. But can also itengese
Haisina that value.
sell neighborhoods.
Okay.
And when you're buying, you should look at the neighborhood. Tachitaura zvevana vechikoro kuti is this the area yandinoda kuti vana vangu vadzidze here? What other amenities are close by that I can take advantage of? So you also look at the neighborhood.
All right. All right.
Property management, from vetting the tenant, the tenant placement, vetting the tenant to make sure we are not putting a criminal in your property. Rent, do that.
All right.
You drafting of the lease agreement. You end up money an endless fight. Yekuti munhu akapinda mumba muri kuargiwa kuti you said this, yeah, kuti no, you said this. So we do the lease agreement. We do even maintenance of your property to make sure kuti it's always maintained and it's in place. Hapana madoo windows ari kuchkorwa vanhu vari kupwanya mawindow vachiisa macardbox pamba pako iwe usipo. So we do that for you.
Sure. So I think that's it. Because I have a case of one guy who was saying ndakaisa hama yangu. But now kuti achibuda pamba ipapo.
Chabude
Apo nemusana agreement yamakaita.
disagreement and you are on income yakuwana. So you need
Yeah.
to reserve